Hey, what's up? It's Symphony here. Subscribe to my brother Mr. Creepy as Hell channel, and when you're watching his videos, make sure you stay in one piece.
I stood outside in the blustery, cold winter air as the snow was hitting up against my face. Right in front of me was a red building that towered about 20 stories high. Whispering Pine Hotel, the hotel that I'll be staying at while I visit New York City. I walked into the hotel slowly. When I walked into the hotel, I noticed that the lights were kind of dim and eerie at the same time. I noticed that the floors were a bright colored red. It almost felt like I was walking on lava. I made my way to the service desk, and there was an older woman with a sharp featured face and looked at me with a stern look. She asked me, "Would you like a room, sir?" She asked me in a robotic tone. "Why, yes, I would like a room, wherever room is available," I responded to the woman. After I paid for my hotel room, she gave me a key. The key was for room 806. As I made my way up to room 806, I noticed there were a couple of people darting me looks, quick glances, but every time I turned around, they would always turn around quicker, thinking that I didn't notice they were staring at me. Once I made it towards my room, I opened it, and I was greeted with a king-size bed. The room was not really nothing too special, just carpet floors, sleek white walls, a diamond light fixture that hung on the ceiling that dazzled into the light. After I got done taking in the room that I would be staying at for the next week, I suddenly unpacked and I went into the bathroom to brush my teeth and took a shower. After I got done with my hygienes, I sat down in the bed and watched some TV. I ordered room service. As I was watching television, my TV suddenly went static. I got up and tried to fix the television, seeing that maybe if I hit on it, it would go back to showing pictures and showing my TV show, but nothing happened. The TV still went static. But as I was looking at the television trying to fix it, I noticed I heard something. It sounded like whispering. I couldn't make out what the whispering was, but the whispering was very creepy. It was unsettling. I thought maybe it was coming from the room next to me, but no, it felt like it was coming from the television. Before I can investigate further, there was a knock at my door, and then I went towards the door and opened it. It was room service. The room service was a woman. She had a blonde, bob-cut hair, and when I looked at her, I was taken aback. This woman had this really wide, unnatural smile. She had dark circles under her eyes. She looked at me, and then she said, "Did you order room service?" "I sure did. Thank you," I answered. After that, I pulled out a $100 bill, and I gave it to her as a tip. On her way leaving out the door, she turned slowly and said to me something that really set me off, something that kept me up all night. She said, "Oh, and a little advice, don't go snooping around in Whispering Pine Hotel. It's for your own good. People who do so never leave." And then she gave me this wide, creepy, unsettling smile, as her eyes looked it like it was lifeless, but at the same time, it had malevolent intent. She closed the door behind herself, and then, once she left, I sat there, wondering what she meant by, "Don't look around or stoop around in Whispering Pine Hotel." I suddenly didn't feel like eating anything, but then the rumbling of my stomach made me change my mind quickly. After I got done eating, I pushed the cart outside of my hotel room, and I came back in, and I decided to just go off to sleep. So I cut off the television, despite it still showing a white static. I didn't hear any whispering inside of it. It was just quietness. I cut it off, and I just laid in bed, just staring at the ceiling, admiring the diamond light fixture. As I was looking up at the ceiling, I noticed that the diamond light fixture began to move slowly. At first, I thought maybe it was an earthquake or something was going on, but I didn't feel the ground shake, but that light fixture kept on moving back and forth on its own. At first I thought maybe my mind was playing a trick on me, but no, as I looked up more and looked closer, it was moving back and forth. As it kept on moving back and forth, I heard that whispering again. This time it was a little bit more louder, but despite it being more louder, I still could not make out the whispers that I heard. I looked at the light fixture as it kept on moving more, and then I began to see cracks starting to form underneath the light fixture. And then the cracks started to spread throughout the wall. As that happened, I noticed there was something leaking out of the cracks. I looked closely and it was a dark liquid substance. I put my hand on the liquid substance that spilled on my bed, and to my horror, it looked like blood. There was this metallic smell that came from the red liquid substance that was blood. And then I began to smell something that smelled like rotting corpse or rotting meat. The smell got stronger. And as the smell got stronger, my hotel room got colder to the point it started to freeze. I could see my own breath, and that smell, that rotting corpse smell, got even stronger. I can almost feel the dinner that I ate coming right back up. Get out of the hotel. I looked around, but I didn't find anyone that was near me or anything. But then I suddenly felt the urge I had to look up, and when I did, I saw an older man on top of the ceiling. But what was alarming was he had a piece of his face missing where I could see his brain and his eyeballs. I was about to yell, but then I woke up. I looked around and the room seemed normal. I looked on top of the ceiling, but there were no cracks, and the light fixture that was made of diamonds was not moving at all. It was a bad dream that I had, even though I don't remember falling off to sleep, but I guess I did, and I didn't realize I fell off to sleep. But that dream I had felt so real, and it felt like something or someone was telling me to get out of the hotel. I went back to sleep, and the next morning, I left the hotel to take care of some business in downtown New York. At around 6 o'clock p.m., I came back. I made my way back into my room, and I took a bath, and after that, I ordered room service again. I made my way towards the door, and I opened it, expecting to see someone there, but I didn't see a server. I only saw the food that was on top of the wagon. I rolled my food inside the room, and I closed the door, and I paid it no mind, but I was wondering in the back of my head why there wasn't no server coming with the food. They just left it there. It was almost like they knocked on the door and just disappeared. I opened up my food, and what I saw on my plate made me almost wanted to yell real loud. What I saw was a decapitated head, but what was worse, it was moving. And then the decapitated head was that guy that I saw who had half of his face torn off or missing where I could see his eyeballs and his brain. That was that guy. He looked up and he began to whisper at me. I couldn't make out his whispers. They just sounded like it was just a bunch of babbling. And then the man looked at me once again. He opened up his mouth and a giant snake came out of his mouth. I yelled. I couldn't take it anymore. And then, just like that, I woke up. I was confused because I don't remember going off to sleep. And I was also wondering why my light was off. I never turned it off when I came in. This started to freak me out, and I decided that I couldn't stay at this hotel anymore. I grabbed my stuff and I packed up everything I'd had, and I made my way out of the hotel suite. I didn't even care about getting my money back. I just wanted to get the hell out of here. Something was not right, and I couldn't take it anymore. But as I was leaving, I came face to face with the hotel lobby attendant and the hotel server. Both of the women looked at me, and they had this wide, creepy smile. and their eyes were different. The hotel server, her eyes were like it was sunken into her brains. And then the front desk server was different. Yeah, if I didn't know any better, it looked like she was shape-shifting into something as I stopped in my tracks. Once she shape-shifted, she began to grow and grow, larger and larger, until she turned into some kind of creature. It looked like a demon, and then she let out a horrifying roar. It was so ear-piercing. It gave me chills all over my body. It made my heart thump 1,000 miles per hour to the point that it felt like it was gonna blow up. I don't know how I done it, but I was able to run past them. They didn't chase after me. I ran until I got out of the hotel suite, and I got an Uber, and I picked a different hotel. I could not stay at that hotel anymore. It was too scary. When I got at this hotel, it was much better. Friendlier customer service, and the atmosphere felt more comfortable. Whispering Pines Hotel is not a hotel I recommend you to go to when you stop in New York. Leave that hotel alone. There's something dark and sinister about that hotel, not to mention the workers, and certainly not to mention the few customers that were there. They were all hanging out at their rooms, and every time I would come in the hallway, they would always give me a weird look. I'm just glad I got out of there in time. There was no telling what those people were going to do to me. I don't know what secret lurks inside of that hotel, but I really don't want to know at all.